Time now for the compound men's gold medal match between Mexico and the USA. Mexico shooting on target number 2, USA on target number 1. Let's go down for the team introductions.
Shooting for the gold medal on target number 1, the United States of America, world champion Braden Gallanty, world champion James Lutz, World Cup champion Chris Schaff, and their worthy opponents on target number 2, Mexico, Miguel Becerra, Antonio Hidalgo, Uriel Olvera. Our World Archery line judge for this match is Hossein Nasrinejad. And it's going to be the USA team shooting first on target number 1 as we are about to get underway.
Time for gold here.
Let me tell you right now,
South Dakota and the USA represented in this gold medal match on home soil by James Lutz, world number 4, 23-year-old. Braden Gallanty, the world number 2, 25 years old, and the world number 3, Chris Schaff, right there in the middle. Number 29, going up against Mexico. We field the 21-year-old Miguel Becerra, the 24-year-old Antonio Hidalgo, and the 22-year-old Uriel Oliveira. USA to shoot first for the compound men's team gold medal, and it's Chris Schaff who will get things underway.
Nine points to start from Chris.
What a team this American team is, though. World number 2, 3 and 4 in the same team. They've got to be the favourites for this match.
Just 9 points from quite possibly the most experienced and winning archer.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Here today.
Pulling down there.
That is from Braden Gallanty.
Just twisting his peeps like there before he draws. Sometimes they can twist around, you can't see through them.
James Lutz of the United States of America with a 9. Champion of the world.
Lutz known for his punching. Quite vocal about it as well. Style that suits him.
Switch over to Mexico to start their bid for this title. Antonio Hidalgo. The line is the wind conditions. Starting to rise here.
First 10 in the match. I don't think it's quite easy at the moment. Got some sun coming into their eyes, got wind moving around.
So 1 point lead at the halfway stage for Mexico against arguably the strongest team in any of the fields here. These World Championships.
Yep. Yes. Let's go.
10 points killed the spider. Dead center.
Let's go, Braden. Good strong shot.
Go, Braden.
These compound archers shooting 50 metres on an 80 centimetre face.
9 points.
Hit bit. Good strong shot.
Looks a style, big run up to
Right
the trigger.
9.5 to 3.
55 points to get started for the United States of America.
Individual world champion 2019, so it certainly works for him.
You could probably tell him
8.
That is an 8.
he doesn't approve of the punching style. You're trying to convince yourself that it's a good thing because he's the world champion.
Like I can't sit here and say you mustn't do it because we're watching a guy who's previous world champion doing it, but it's just not what I would teach anyone to do.
It's not in your blood, is it?
No, absolutely not.
Chance for Mexico to take the lead. The opportunity that the USA afforded them has disappeared. They are going to be trailing after end number 1. How much? Will be decided by Miguel Becerra. It is going to be 2 points rather than 1. And the opportunity comes very rarely.
3 on the board. 2-point differential in favor
You
of
must take
USA.
it.
So it's going to be Mexico shooting first.
I mean, especially against this strong USA team, when you had a chance to go, is it at least 2 points, I think, perhaps even 3. They really need to take at least one of those points, and instead they've given 2 to the USA.
Yeah, this, you know, it's a low scoring start, I'm going to be honest, but it's difficult to know exactly what the conditions are out there. You know, we can obviously see a bit of wind. We've talked a lot about the changeability of those conditions through the day. Whether the archers can pick up what's going on and make the suitable changes. But I mean, with compound, these guys, they're all going to be shooting 60 pounds is the maximum draw weight you're allowed. Okay, so that's the most you can pull back. So they're going to be flying really, really straight, these arrows, 300 feet a second. They're not really having to aim off. They've got the little bubble on the front, like a spirit level on the front of their sight. So really they can get away with what we call bubbling, which is kind of tilting and canting the bow to one side. That's probably what they need to be doing to aim off. It's not a lot. But you know, we've had quite a few straight 9s so far, and a couple of 8s. So we've got to settle into this match, and it needs to be higher scoring from both.
Smiles all round on the USA side of the shooting line. A few giggles. It's all seriousness on the Mexican side of the line.
Here's their chance to shine right now as we're back in action.
Go on to end number 2 here. Mexico trailing by 2, having had an opportunity to lead. And trail and start in number 2. And it's Antonio Hidalgo. Nicky Hunt, who's joining me here as our experts, talking about these guys shooting heavy bows. That means effectively that when they release the bowstring, the arrow goes as fast as it possibly can in a straight line. So they're really trying to get the aim absolutely perfect and release their arrows as quickly as possible. You're talking about when you talk about the weight of the bow, it's not just the releasing as fast, it's the speed the arrow travels, so that if you can get it in the right spot, if you're aiming in the right place, there's very little that can go wrong with it with the wind.
Yeah, I mean, when I was shooting compound, whatever I last saw through the scope, it was going to hit within a square inch of that. So, you know, these bows are so accurate, they're little machines, so they've just got to hold them as still as they can, but without tension, just settling into it and going with the flow. You're going to get moved around a little bit with the wind, that's fine. But yeah, they're 60 pound draw weight, so they're very fast as they move. There's also the physical weight of the bows as well. See, these guys have quite a lot of weight on the stabilisers, front rod, back rod. They've built this up over many years. You can't just stick that kind of weight on your bow, you've got to control it.
The one thing I'm going to pick up from all of that incredible information that you deliver so eloquently is that you said it's going to hit within a quarter of a square inch.
Within a square inch, yeah, cubed.
Within a square. Now, that on a target face, if you are just going to hit the line of the 9-10 line, could mean you get a 9 instead of a 10.
Yeah, I mean, that was my personal opinion of what I last saw and where the arrow would go. I could tell you where it was going to be because I could just feel it. I could see, you know, I knew where it was going to go, but yeah, there are fine margins.
Yeah, the difference that a few millimetres makes at the shooting line can be a chasm at the other end. I mean, the difference between a world medal and not. Here the USA have dialed in on the centre in the second end, and they're forcing the Mexicans to come out to play a little bit stronger. Hidalgo hitting a 10 after his first arrow hit the 9.
Really interesting, like point of contact on his nose, little spiky thing on the string there, which is just another contact which he's allowed to use, getting buffeted around in the wind. A bit of shaking, a little bit of nerves, a lot on the line here.
On that end for Mexico.
Trust it.
USA with the opportunity to shoot clean for this end.
Yep.
10.
Show me another one. Let's go, Braden. Nice shooting, bro.
Coach doing all the right things and saying all the right things.
Yep.
10.
Another
The key
one. Let's
thing
go,
here is
Jimmy.
the archers are delivering the right things at the moment. That's put Jimmy Lutz in with a shout of a perfect 60 and a 5-point lead for the USA at the
9
halfway
points.
stage. He's
59
got it into the 9 for a 59, but a 114 means a 4-point lead for the USA at the halfway
We're at the
stage.
halfway mark.
And we look back at the opportunity
This is
that
the
was
gold
presented
medal
to
final here in
Mexico
Yankton.
in the first
Let's hear
end,
it for
and
Mexico.
well, now it looks even worse for them that they didn't take that opportunity.
Yeah, if America opened the door for you, you've got to put your foot firmly wedged in it, but don't give you many chances.
Well, the Mexican team certainly here to cheer on their teammates. Some of the women's recurve team.
Did you spot Ida Rahman in her woolly hat? I'm not sure what she's going to wear when it comes to winter.
Yeah, she's clearly used to warmer conditions than the freezing cold, 17 degrees it is at the moment here in Yankton. But I'm sure she's just doing her impression of Rocky Balboa. I think that's what she's here for. Jimmy Lutz, Braden Galantine and Chris Schaff looking for the gold medal here in the compound men's team competition. I don't think I've seen Braden Galantine looking this relaxed on a podium range. He looks so happy and so calm and delighted to be there.
Yeah, he does. He looked confused after the last 2 arrows, but he's sorted himself out. You know, maybe he's just on home soil. He's feeling confident. He's got people around him in the crowd cheering for him. But yeah, looking happy.
Start of the second half of the compound men's team gold medal match, and Mexico trail the USA by 4. Antonio Hidalgo puts down an 8. The woes growing for the Mexicans.
Not sure what they need to do, but it's just low and right. Better.
26 for the Mexicans after a 59 for the USA in the last end.
9.
Just
I
out.
mean, there's a big chance for the USA here to open up their lead.
Let's go, Braden.
Push that pinky on the release.
Yep.
Just helping him
There you go.
pull that hinge round.
Still 9 points. It's an 8-point lead for the United States of America. 9 arrows remaining.
He talks about sometimes the winds coming from behind, the arrows will fly up a little bit. I mean, less so, of course, with the what you're talking about, the speed of the arrow flying with these heavy-weighted bows. But are they overcompensating, or has the wind changed direction yet again?
Spotters call it a 9.
Yeah, a tailwind can push them high, headwind can push them low as well, so we do have to contend with the up and down as well as what most people think of as left and right. But yeah, 60 pound compounders, I'm assuming that most of them are shooting good maximum poundage at 50 metres. It's not. The conditions to me don't look that bad. It's more blowing them around on the line than it is moving the arrow in the air.
talked about body language, and Becerra there, head down, 163 for them.
Gain as much as a 9-point lead in the next 3 shots.
Well, there's a big opportunity here.
Left.
However, you don't do it with a 7.
7's made a bit of a dent into that big
go, Braden. Good,
opportunity,
strong
but it's
shot.
still there. Still 6 points up for grabs.
Yep.
There's a 10.
Show me another one, Jimmy.
Mexico potentially having their second arrow, well, they will have their second arrow measured, potentially could be marked up. So 5/6 points up for grabs here if Lutz can get a 10.
And a 9.
Left
Trying
hand.
a bit of Taekwondo there for a 9, but a 168 means they currently lead by 5, subject to the measure. Now, here's a question for you, Nikki, if you can remember back this far. The second arrow for Mexico. Is it an 8 or is it 9? Because that's what we're waiting for our judge on the target to tell us.
I can't remember.
I thought it was very generous that it got put forward for a measure. Now we know that the angles are not always kind to us.
I've just written down a straight 8, so I didn't have a memory back on it for a specific measure, so...
I think it's unlikely, but I think the Mexicans will be living in hope that this does get marked up.
We're about to get back underway. Let's hear it for Mexico! USA! USA! Mexico! 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 USA! Here we go!
Well, the stadium announcer getting the crowd going, and to be fair to him, he gave as many calls for a cheer for Mexico as he did for the USA. Of course, the last one was for the USA, but there are a few Mexicans in the crowd cheering on Becerra, Hidalgo and Oliveira. I think we will have confirmation very soon that our 8 did indeed remain an 8 in the third end for Mexico. Time for end number 4. The Mexicans will shoot first, trailing the USA in this gold medal match by 5 points.
Got to get every 10 they possibly can here to put any ounce of pressure now back on America.
9.
Teammate talking him through the shot. Really important. Yeah, that one seemed to miss the target.
Yep.
10.
Let's go, Braden.
Completely at loss to what happened. No consoling him. Teammate Hidalgo tried to reach out to him, and he just walked away and shrugged him off.
Yep.
Very
Another
tough.
one. Show me
in the
one more, Jimmy.
spotlight when he missed the target. But it happens to the best of archers.
Yeah, it can. You know, just it's just the pressure they're under, and you know how much practice have we had in these conditions over the last kind of couple of years. It's been
Ready.
few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do?
Well, it throws the concentration not of
Final
just the
3
team
arrows of
involved,
this
but
match.
clearly Jimmy Lutz getting thrown by that one. You know, a miss obviously gives you a massive advantage at any stage, but in the final end, when the team you're facing are trailing, you can easily take your eye off the ball. What a recovery though.
X-ray.
Hidalgo was the one that reached out to Becerra to offer him some support after the miss. Oliveira up with his last arrow. Now, can Becerra follow up that miss with a 10?
9 points.
Bit of anger in that one, but a 9 for a 48. But the chances of them getting the gold had to have disappeared before that miss. Let's see what the USA can finish on. Chris Schaff to begin the final rotation.
10 points. 206 on the board for the United States. 211 with Mexico having completed its shots. USA can clinch the gold with this shot.
Yep.
10 points, and the USA has.
And that's the world title going to the USA with
Go, Braden.
one shot left in the bag. It's Braden Galantine to take the final bout before the Americans take to the top of the podium in the compound men's team. And he finishes with a 30 for the USA to win the world title in the compounds men team division. 226 to 211 against Mexico, who suffered a miss in the final end. But to be honest, it made no difference. World number 2, Galantine, world number 3, Schaff, and world number 4, Lutz, were just too strong for Becerra, Hidalgo, and Oliveira, and the USA are the world champions. Nikki, brilliant performance from the USA. Let's get that out of the way. There were a couple of stray arrows, especially in the third and the fourth. Schaff, I think, hitting a 7 in the third with his second arrow, and I think it was Lutz who hit an 8 in the final end. But other than that, almost an unblemished record.
Yeah, I mean, you know, second, third, and fourth in the world. What a team they've got! Incredible. America invented the compound, and they're absolutely storming it. The depth in the men's compound, unbelievable, and the women's, to be fair.
Mexico had an opportunity in that first end to take a lead, potentially a 2-point lead after the USA had finished all their arrows, but they didn't take it, and in fact it was a 2-point lead for the USA. After that, there were no more opportunities for Mexico, and the pressure really got to them, especially Mikel Becerra, who missed in the final end.
Yeah, they didn't shoot too badly in the second end, and then the third and fourth, they just fell apart a bit. So, bit of back to the drawing board, go away over the winter, work on those shots. I'm sure they'll come back stronger. You know, it's my motto on these things is either win or learn. So, I'm sure they'll revisit that and, you know, get those executions as they want them to.
Yeah, we take a look back at the 3 10s that finished things off for Lutz, Schaff, and Galantine, and a huge amount of camaraderie, in particularly between Braden Galantine and Chris Schaff. Sorry, I should say Braden Galantine and Jimmy Lutz.
Yeah, they're a close-knit team, aren't they? They just compete together a lot and a lot of competition, so great shooting.